Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Complete My Collection Challenge. This is a series dedicated to hunting down the rare Funko Pops that I've wanted in my collection for a while now, but I started this series with a $0 budget. Current balance in the series is at $521.91. Nothing has really changed since last time, guys. I haven't sold anything. I haven't bought anything as well to check off of my list, but I do have a couple of things to sell, guys, and actually some of the items from this series will be available in my next Whatnot auction. That is coming up this upcoming Monday, and there'll be some pieces from the Complete My Collection Challenge series. If you do buy one of those, it will come with one of the really cool like stickers to go along with it. I also have a bunch of other Funko Pops as well, but if you're a first time user, you can get $15 off of your first purchase to go towards my auction or anywhere in the app. Honestly, it's free money. So there you go. Check out all the links down below, guys. But for today's video, I'm gonna go out to some of my stores, see if I can add anything to my inventory to sell. And honestly, that's pretty much it. And without any further ado, let's get it started. Here we go. I decided to stop by Asylum, guys, to see if I can find anything new. I would say a good majority of this seems to be the same. Maybe a couple of interesting new things, guys. We have Bullseye and Daredevil right here in the 2-pack. Granted, it is missing part of the window right there. I know at one point that went for a good amount of money. I'm not sure what it goes for now. This would be a great one, guys, to pick up if it didn't have the crazy kind of like damage on the side, like that big crease. For $10, the Bloody Lobo is a good one. And then they've got so many different pops in here to choose from. I gotta say, this massive wall over here has so many Funko Pops, and one thing that caught my eye, guys, that I did not expect to find today was this Blacklight Chase Donald. They had a bunch of commons. I moved this to the side, and what do you know? They had the Blacklight Chase. Granted, it looks like it does have a little bit of a crease on the top, and maybe that's why it's still here, but hey, a Chase for retail? I might actually pick this up. Some people came in, so I'm doing a voiceover right here, guys. So some other interesting things that I found. Surtur, this pop looks really cool. The value is not there, unfortunately, but looking around, we got Clay Thompson. Value's pretty spot on that one. Mrs. Nesbitt. Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite Toy Story pops. Such a fun callback to the first movie. We also have Agent Carter right here, which has the Entertain Mart sticker right underneath that, so I thought that was kind of interesting as well. Slinky Dog, a fun pop. It would have been really cool if they had put in like an actual Slinky within this pop and you could expand it, you know? But some original stuff like Sheldon Cooper, guys. Honestly, not a terrible deal if you're adding this one to your collection. It's around a $25 pop, and they're asking $15. And then this Borg pop right here goes for around $25, a fun original Star Trek pop. But overall, that was pretty much it, and that Chase was definitely a great find at Gamers Asylum. All right, it's time for my monthly visit to Deal Depot to see if I can find anything cool there. I found some good deals in the past. No pun intended on the name of the place, but I'm not sure if they'll have any pops or anything really, but we're going to go on in and see what they have. Going back over to their wall where they had their Funko Pops in the past, and honestly, they were all cleared out. They haven't really gotten anything new in the past couple months or so. They still have this Britney Spears like pop album right here with a couple of mystery minis, some video games here and there. I kind of eye video games every now and then, but don't really get too into it. Another Funko product that they had though was some Loungefly. You'll have to let me know, was this a good one? I'm not entirely sure, but let's head to the next store. Okay, pawn shop number 2. The other one was kind of a bust, but you never know. Like I said, I go to my pawn shops maybe like once a month, so we'll see if they have anything crazy. And they actually had some new Funko Pops in, guys, and there was one that kind of caught my eye over here, which was the 11 Chase. They were asking $35 for it, and this pop is on a schedule, so if it doesn't sell in like maybe a month or so, it'll be a lot cheaper. So maybe that's one that I'll keep my eye on. It's around like a $20 pop, so $35 is definitely a little steep for it. A couple of things back there, Hocus Pocus, Snow White, but other than that 11, that was the only thing that really piqued my interest. So next store, let's go. All right, pawn shop number 3. At this point, the second one, pretty solid. They had some stuff here and there. First one, not great. Third one, we'll see where it all stacks up. I'm more leaning towards it's going to be better than the first. Not quite as good as the second, but we'll see. And they had a couple of things here and there, guys. This bundle with some Star Wars pops and that Halo pop. There were 6 pops total, asking $10 a piece, but there really wasn't anything that was worth it for me to pick up, unless I was a Star Wars collector, honestly. Some signed pops that they've had here for a little bit in their valuable case over there. And then over in the back, guys, I noticed a couple of pops on this shelf. We have Dale Earnhardt right here, which goes for around that $10 to $15 range, so they were pretty spot on that one. I think it's a newer Dale Dale Earnhardt as well. So it's not as valuable as some of the other ones, but we also have Hannibal right here, which is around like a $10 pop. So I think I'm gonna pass on that one, but next and go to some thrift stores, go to Savers first. And they had a bunch of Office Pops right here, which the Office Pops value-wise few and far between. They're asking $10.99 for each of these, and most of these go for like $10 or less. We have Jim Halpert right here, also Michael Scott. So I'm gonna pass on these today, but they also have this Cara Dune right here from The Mandalorian, and the box, like half of the top of the box was missing, and they were still asking $10.99 for it. So I thought that was kind of funny. But moving right along, guys, went over to Deseret Industries, and they had a couple of pops in their quote-unquote valuable case right here. A little bit of Yellowstone, a little bit of Guardians of the Galaxy, Aquaman, Mad Max. Nothing worth picking up. $7 is pretty cheap, but not enough for me to pick these up. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the aftermath of Black Friday at Entertainment. It's actually Cyber Monday of all, days. I'm not sure that they'll have anything different from the time that I was here a couple of days ago for Black Friday, but it's worth a check, so let's go check it out, and I guess we'll see what they have. Heading back to their valuable case, honestly, there wasn't really much of anything that was new. A couple of things that had like tags and stuff for the sale that they had for Black Friday, but not a lot really moved, unfortunately, and there wasn't anything that I picked up for Black Friday either, because there wasn't really anything that was worth it for me to pick up. We got Vito Corleone, which I know the original one of this goes for a good amount, but the one that they made for The Godfather Part 2 is about, retail for what it goes for. But going through some of the other stuff, guys, Devil Donald's kind of funny that we came across this one and we found a chase earlier on in the video, so I figured I'd show that one off. But we have Billy Butcher from The Boys. Some of the Boys Pops have some pretty good value, but they had it pretty spot on value-wise. And then looking through some of the other stuff, guys, the Loteria Pops are really fun. Value-wise, they're not anything crazy, but I just figured I'd show that one off. But I came here like a day or so later, guys, and I noticed a pop on clearance that I think actually has some pretty good value. It's one of those sneaky value pops. Jackie from Yellow Jackets, it's around $100 pop, and it was on sale. It's one of those series of pops, guys, that, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, that like they made them maybe like a year or so ago. The show was really popular. There's not many collectibles out there, and the value skyrockets. There's a couple of examples of these of like television show pops, but that was a great one. I'm definitely going to pick that one up as well. Going over to the other Entertainment, nothing crazy in their normal section. Out of box, however, though, I did notice a few things here and there. We're talking like Abe Lincoln right here, which I thought was a fun one, and I think that's definitely worth a pickup. If I can bundle it with something else, it's kind of a hint of other things that I find in here, guys. But moving right along, we found Cousin Eddie, which this one's definitely gone down in value. If I found this with Clark Griswold, that would have been a great bundler for sure, but I didn't, so I decided to pass on that one. A little bit of Aladdin in there with Abu as the elephant as well. Heimdall, I know, has had some value in the past, this one specifically, but has definitely gone down quite a bit. George Washington, though, I should have picked this one up from Hamilton. I kind of underestimated that one, but they had this George Washington, which I think will go along great with the other Abe Lincoln. So looking right around, guys, we have some Marvel Pops as well. And then, so I ultimately decided on going with the Abe Lincoln and the George Washington right here. So for $8, I figured that was a great pickup for sure. Okay, some sneaky finds, guys, at Entertainment, and they had some out-of-box pops on the counter as I was checking out, and I'll actually give you a little sneak peek when I get in my car. If you guys recognize these pops, they are from Scott Pilgrim, and honestly, for $3.99 each out-of-box, these aren't bad. So I guess let's head back home and we'll break down everything that I got. Alrighty, folks, back in the office. So here's everything that I picked up as far as inventory to sell, and I'll be honest, guys, I think a lot of people underestimate, how cool out-of-box pops can be, especially if you find like older stuff, that go in sets. Like perfect example would be George Washington and Abraham Lincoln right here. And I spent a total of around like $31, and we'll definitely make our money back and some. So let's go into it right here. Abraham Lincoln and George Washington, both of these like do fairly well in a box, but I think out of box could probably, I mean, hopefully we can get about $20 for the bundle. Now these are fun, guys. This was kind of a surprise at the end of my Entertainment visit, and these were on like the back counter that they were about to put out, and I recognized these as Scott Pilgrim pops, and I know that some of these have some pretty good value. So we have Ramona Flowers, we also have Scott and Nega Scott, and I think for this bundle out of box, I think I could probably do about $40. Maybe that's a little bit of an overestimate, but you never know. There's some pretty big Scott Pilgrim fans out there, and even out of box, I think, yeah, 40 sounds about fair. Now this one, guys, is a prime example of some of those Funko Pops that like, you know, have been out for maybe like a year or two, and then they don't release any more of them. Yellow jackets right here, guys. This whole set, at least most of these have some pretty good value, and Jackie, surprisingly, is one of the ones that has the most value. Recent eBay sales, guys, go like close to around $100. So I'm gonna list this up on eBay and throw it up for 100. If I get some offers, that's awesome. But prime example, guys, of a popular show that gets collectibles and then there's honestly nothing else to collect. It, like, you know, a new season comes around and everything like that, and I don't think Funko ever restocked this. So there you go, some fun finds with an estimated value, guys, of 160, which honestly, that's not bad at all. Honestly, I'll have to say, I think we found some pretty good things for the inventory. I did pick up one thing, however, as well, that I found that's kind of series aside, but I did end up getting the Blacklight Donald Chase. That was definitely a nice surprise over at Gamers Asylum. This will be available on my next Whatnot auction, so if you want to buy this, I would assume it probably goes for pretty cheap. Definitely go and check that out over there because that's where it's going to be available. But anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching today. I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below what were some of your favorite finds that I came across. Also, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos like this one here. Thank you guys so much for watching again. You guys are awesome and the best. Like always, remember to be kind of one another. Always promote positivity. I'll see you in the next video. Catch you guys later.